The market's unpredictable, and everyone's asking, where should you put your money right now? Today, we're breaking down 4 speculative stocks that have been making waves: WFHolding Limited, WFF, Locafy Limited, LCFY, RedCloud, RCT, and SaverOne 2014 Limited, SVRE. These aren't blue-chip names, they're risky but potentially rewarding. We'll look at what each company does, their recent performance, and whether they're worth your investment. By the end, you'll have a clear, no-nonsense take on each stock. Grab your coffee, hit that like button, and let's dive in. First up, let's take a closer look at WFHolding Limited, or WFF for short, a China-based holding company that's trying to carve out a niche in 2 very different industries: smart parking solutions and car beauty services. On the surface, it sounds like a modern, tech-forward business, but as we dig deeper, things get a bit more complicated. It's an odd mix. On one hand, you have tech-driven automated parking systems that promise to revolutionize urban mobility. On the other, you have traditional car washes and detailing services, which are about as old school as it gets. Combining these 2 under one corporate umbrella is unusual, and it raises questions about whether there's any real synergy between them or if it's just a way to diversify revenue streams in a crowded market. The stock itself is a roller coaster ride. WFF's share price has seen wild swings with dramatic spikes and sudden crashes that seem to come out of nowhere. This kind of volatility is usually a red flag for investors, signaling that the stock is being driven more by speculation and hype than by solid business fundamentals or consistent performance. It's the kind of chart that makes even seasoned traders nervous. When you try to dig into the company's financials, things get even murkier. As a small-cap foreign stock, WFF doesn't have the same level of transparency or regulatory oversight as larger, more established companies. Reliable data is hard to come by, and what little information is available is often confusing or incomplete. For investors, this lack of clarity makes it nearly impossible to assess the true health of the business. Both of WFF's business segments come with their own unique challenges. Smart parking is a capital-intensive industry that requires significant upfront investment in technology and infrastructure, and it's fiercely competitive, with many players vying for a piece of the urban mobility market. Meanwhile, car beauty services, like washes and detailing, are notoriously low-margin, labor-intensive, and difficult to scale. It's a tough road for any company, let alone one trying to juggle both at once. The business model itself feels disjointed. The holding company structure, instead of simplifying things, actually adds another layer of complexity. There's no clear explanation for how these 2 very different businesses fit together, or what unique value the holding company brings to the table. For investors, this tangled web can be a major source of confusion and concern. For me, WFF is a hard pass. The risks far outweigh any potential rewards. The business is too confusing, the financials are too opaque, and the stock is simply too volatile for my taste. There are just too many red flags here for me to feel comfortable putting my money on the line. Let's move on to the next stock and see if we can find something with a little more promise. Next, Locafy Limited, LCFY, a SaaS company helping small businesses boost their local SEO. The idea is solid. Millions of small businesses need help getting found online. But the market is saturated with big players and countless competitors, making it tough to stand out. LCFY's stock has been sliding, and financials show high cash burn with no clear path to profitability. Customer churn is a big problem. Small businesses are quick to cancel if they don't see results. The tech isn't unique enough to build a strong moat, and Google offers many similar tools for free. Until LCFY shows real progress, stabilizing stock, improving financials, and retaining customers, it's too risky for me. I'm watching from the sidelines. Let's check out RedCloud. RedCloud, ticker symbol RCT, is a fintech company with an ambitious mission: to digitize the millions of small merchants operating in emerging markets, particularly across Africa and Latin America. These regions are home to vibrant economies, but much of the commerce still happens in cash, with little access to modern financial tools. RedCloud wants to change that by bringing these businesses into the digital age, offering them a platform that could transform how they operate and interact with the broader economy. The vision is bold: move cash-based businesses onto a digital platform, unlocking access to seamless payments, real-time inventory management, and crucially, credit. For many small merchants, access to credit has always been out of reach, limiting their ability to grow. By digitizing their transactions, RedCloud hopes to build a data trail that can help these businesses qualify for loans and other financial services, potentially lifting entire communities out of poverty and driving economic development. The opportunity is enormous. There are millions of merchants who could benefit from this technology, but the path to success is anything but straightforward. RedCloud faces a daunting set of challenges: complex and ever-changing regulatory environments, unreliable infrastructure, and deep-rooted cultural habits that favor cash over digital payments. In many regions, internet connectivity is spotty, and trust in digital platforms is still being built. Even the most promising technology can stumble if it doesn't fit the local context, or if governments suddenly change the rules. RedCloud is still in its early stages, burning through cash as it works to build out its network, develop its technology, and onboard merchants one by one. The company is investing heavily in education and support, trying to convince skeptical business owners to take a leap of faith into the digital world. This is a long, expensive process, and there's no guarantee of success. Every new merchant onboarded is a small victory, but the road ahead is long and uncertain. Unsurprisingly, the stock price reflects this uncertainty. RCT is highly volatile, swinging sharply in response to news about partnerships, regulatory changes, or progress, or setbacks, in its rollout. Investors are quick to react to any sign of momentum, but just as quick to sell at the first hint of trouble. This kind of volatility can be nerve-wracking, especially for those not used to the roller coaster of early-stage, high-growth companies, and the competition is fierce. RedCloud isn't just up against other fintech startups with similar ideas. It's also battling entrenched cash systems that have been in place for generations, as well as powerful telecom giants who already have a foothold in digital payments. These incumbents have deep pockets, established relationships, and a strong understanding of the local landscape. For RedCloud, every market entry is a battle on multiple fronts. Investing in RCT is not for the faint of heart. This is the definition of a high-risk, high-reward story stock. You're not buying into a company with steady profits or predictable growth. Instead, you're betting on a vision, a dream that, if realized, could reshape entire economies. But if things go wrong, losses could be swift and severe. It's a bit like buying a lottery ticket. The potential prize is huge, but the odds are long. Unless you're a risk-loving expert with deep knowledge of emerging market fintech, I'd recommend steering clear of RCT for now. For most investors, this is the kind of stock that belongs, if anywhere, in a tiny speculative corner of your portfolio, something you can afford to lose. The risks are simply too high for the average investor, and the path to profitability is long and uncertain. Next, let's turn our attention to SaverOne. Does this company offer a more compelling and perhaps less perilous opportunity for investors? In a world where distracted driving claims thousands of lives every year, one Israeli tech company is betting big on a solution that could change the way we think about road safety. SaverOne, trading under the ticker SVRE, is on a mission to tackle one of the most persistent and deadly problems on our roads: the temptation to use smartphones while driving. Their innovative system is designed to block dangerous phone use behind the wheel, aiming to save lives and prevent accidents before they happen. SaverOne's technology is targeting two massive and high-stakes markets: commercial vehicle fleets and parents of teenage drivers. For fleet operators, distracted driving isn't just a safety issue, it's a financial one, with accidents leading to costly insurance claims, vehicle downtime, and even legal liabilities. For parents, the stakes are even more personal. Handing over the car keys to a teenager is nerve-wracking enough, but knowing there's a system in place to help keep them focused on the road offers real peace of mind. Both groups have powerful incentives to reduce accidents, making them ideal customers for SaverOne's solution. What sets SaverOne apart is the intelligence of its system. Unlike blanket phone jammers or crude app blockers, SaverOne's technology is precise. It identifies the driver's seat and selectively blocks only the apps that are most likely to distract. Think social media, messaging, and video streaming, while leaving essential functions like navigation and emergency calls untouched. Passengers' devices remain unaffected, so everyone else in the car can use their phones as usual. This smart, targeted approach means drivers stay focused, but aren't cut off from the tools they genuinely need. Despite its promise, SaverOne is still in the early innings of its journey. Like many young tech companies, it's burning through cash as it invests in research, development, and sales. The sales cycles for big fleet customers can be long and complex, often involving months of pilot programs, negotiations, and regulatory hurdles. Convincing large organizations to adopt new safety technology is never easy, and the company faces the classic challenges of scaling up in a competitive industry. The stock itself reflects this uncertainty. SVRE has been volatile, swinging up and down as investors weigh the company's potential against its risks. Competition is fierce, with both app-based solutions and major car manufacturers racing to offer their own takes on distracted driving prevention. Some rivals are building similar features directly into new vehicles, while others are pushing software-only solutions that can be downloaded to any phone. SaverOne must prove that its approach is not only effective but also superior to these alternatives. Yet there are reasons for optimism. The mission is clear: save lives by making roads safer for everyone. The market opportunity is enormous, with millions of vehicles worldwide and growing demand for safety solutions. SaverOne's technology is differentiated by its precision and user-friendly design, which could give it an edge as awareness of distracted driving risks continues to rise. If the company can execute on its vision, the rewards could be significant. For current shareholders, the best move right now is to hold. The company's story is still unfolding, and while the risks are real, so is the potential upside. Patience will be key, as SaverOne works to prove itself in the marketplace and build lasting partnerships with major customers. For those considering a new investment, SaverOne is best suited for speculative investors who are comfortable with risk and willing to wait for results. A small position could pay off handsomely if the company succeeds, but it's important to recognize that this is a high-risk, high-reward scenario. The path to profitability is uncertain, and setbacks are possible along the way. Of all the companies we've looked at today, SaverOne stands out as perhaps the most intriguing. Its mission is noble, its technology is promising, and the market is vast. But make no mistake, this is not an investment for the faint of heart. The risks are significant, and only those with a strong stomach for volatility should consider jumping in. In summary, SaverOne is a bold bet on life-saving technology with the potential to make a real difference. The company faces big challenges but also big opportunities. As always, do your own research, weigh the risks, and invest wisely. Now let's wrap up with the final verdict. To sum up, WFF is a confusing, volatile mess. Avoid it. LCFY has potential but is drowning in competition and cash burn. Watch, don't buy. RCT is a moonshot in emerging markets, too risky for most. SVRE is the most promising but still speculative. Hold or consider a tiny position if you can stomach the risk. Remember, this isn't financial advice. Do your own research and know your risk tolerance. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe. Drop a comment with your thoughts or stocks you want covered next. Stay smart, stay skeptical, and invest wisely. See you in the next video. Until next time.